Jason Roth, Keystone Agronomist with a crop consideration. Well, my niece recently went to Australia and sent me this picture. 3 different people with 3 different times. What time is it? Everyone seemed to have a different opinion. Similarly, when we jump into corn and we think about fungicide applications, there's chatter out there right now as far as what time is the best time and different opinions out there. So let's talk about the timing, fungicide applications on corn for just a minute. Well, first of all, understand the most important reason why we apply a fungicide is for disease control. But we also sometimes get what we call plant health effects that come along with it. What are some of those plant health effects? Increasing stay green through decreasing ethylene production in the plant, or increasing nitrogen use efficiency or perhaps water use efficiency by impacting transpiration and respiration within the plant, or maybe promoting greater stalk health and stalk integrity for better harvest efficiencies, or increasing antioxidant production in the plant, which helps decrease the damage from reactive oxidative species that are caused during periods of stress. So those are all some different plant benefits, plant health benefits that we get. But what about timing? Well, there's some chatter out there that, hey, you need to go right at VTR1 to get the best, bang for the buck out of these plant health effects. Well, keep in mind that we apply fungicides first and foremost for disease control, and that's going to be the biggest yield bump that we get from fungicide applications. And so we do want to be strategic in thinking about disease pressure and as we apply those fungicides, because the fungicides aren't going to last forever. They get about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks of disease control, and then they're going to wind down. And when we get right at VTR1, we've got 60 days of time that we've got to protect that plant until we get to black layer. And so if we go real early right at VTR1, maybe even though there's not a lot of disease to promote the plant health, we may be giving up some back end of the season disease control that could really hurt us. So, that plant health benefits, those aren't limited just to a VTR1 application. I think that's what we need to understand. Those benefits are still going to exist if you apply at a slightly later timing, say at a brown silk, which would be R2, or at maybe the milk stage, which would be R3. So we really want to think about prioritizing the application timing to focus on disease control and know that you have a little bit of flexibility. And the plant health effects that get talked about, they're going to come along from the ride, even if your application timing is a little bit later than normal. So pay attention to disease control. This year, if we have earlier planted corn, we may be fine to go a little bit later because the crop perhaps has been fairly clean. Later planted corn, that might not be the case, right? There may be more disease that's building up in that later planted corn that would trigger us to go at that VTR1 application timing. Focus on the application timing based on the disease pressure that you find in your field. And I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions, reach out to your Keystone representative for more information. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.